Imagine if you stopped going to one meeting in 4. That would make a big difference in your life. Well, that's what Microsoft are working on. How can we live a different life, save money, spend more time with our families?
Every year, students from around the world take part in the Microsoft Imagine Cup. They come together in a test of creativity, technology, and vision to help shape a better world as the technology leaders of the future.
The Imagine Cup is a global technology competition for students. We call it the premier technology competition for students. Think of it as the Olympics for students who are interested in technology. It's been going for 6 years now. Hundreds of thousands of students have passed through its competition door, and it covers a number of disciplines. So it's not just what I would think of as your typical developer kind of geek. It goes all the way from technical subjects about running software, using hardware, all the way through to more creative competitions like short film and photography, encouraging students who have an idea or a story they want to tell and bringing it to life with sort of digital media. It's about supporting innovation. These students have amazing ideas, very, very creative, and the Imagine Cup is again that vehicle that allows them to be inspired by a company like Microsoft. So we put a lot of effort into showing them what technology can achieve. So inspiring them, but also supporting them with the resources and encouragement and advice on how they can make the most out of their idea and their creative passion. The highlights around the projects that the students created around sustainability with last year's Imagine Cup. Well, I think there were 340 students at the Worldwide Finals in Paris last year, so there were literally hundreds of great ideas and entries. Some highlights for me, the UK team. The UK team was 3 people. A guy called Ben, who was a teacher based in Greenwich. There was Dominic, who is a computer science student in Manchester, and there was Matt, who was a computer science student in Reading. They were sort of battling ideas around each other, and Ben, obviously the guy that had the idea of being a teacher around educating kids about sustainability, came up with this idea, but he wasn't necessarily the best person to sort of create the software. So they worked really well together. They used Windows Live Messenger to sort of stay in constant contact. They used Skype and video messaging to sort of have meetings. They shared code in the cloud, so they would write their application and store it somewhere on a file share on the internet, and they would make sure that they would work together that way. So it was all about using technology to stay in contact, so that although they were 500 miles apart in places, it didn't really matter, because the internet brought them together and they could work just as easily as they were sitting beside each other the way we are now.
Very simply, what I'm trying to do is just make it easier for people to communicate. So we talked earlier on about video conferencing. That's always been available. Audio conferencing, always been available. Problem is, if I want to have a video call, I need to go to a special room that has a video call. I then need to connect to another room, so another telephone number or something at the other end. We have to kind of pre-arrange that. And actually, probably quite a lot of the conversations and work you do is pretty ad hoc. It's, you know, speaking to the person next to you or phoning up a friend to figure out something. And so although the technology is there, it needs to be easy. Are we pioneering those technologies internally? Most definitely. So at the minute, I'm about to ask all of our management team to start running their team meetings remotely, or at least 1 in 4 of them. So we had one of our first team meetings just within the team that I work in, and we all joined in remotely. So some of us, like me, that saved me a 15-minute journey in the car, so obviously not that much of a reduction. But I have a colleague that lives down in the southwest, and it's something like about a 500-mile round trip that it saved him. It's a really bad thing to say, but if I can stop people meeting as much as they do physically, I'll be happy.